Hello, hello. Y'all come on in, come on in. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all come on in, come on in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just gonna give everyone a few minutes to hop on. If you don't see that red live button in the top left hand corner, that means that you are catching the replay. Feel free to come in and watch the replay and put hashtag replay so I'll know that you did stop by. All right, and if you don't mind, once you come in, tell me where you're viewing from. Just put your state. You can put your city, state. Let me know where you are viewing the live from. All right. So let me see. I'll get this shared out real quick. Starting. This is actually my first time going live on this page. Isn't that something? So give me just a moment to make sure I have everything situated here. Let's see. All right, I see a few people popping on. I'm trying to see. Hey, Christy. Hey, Nicole. Oh, I see now. Okay. I'm actually on my, I don't know why I want to get hoarse this morning. Hey, y'all. Okay, so I see now I'm going to have to look on my phone for the comments because I'm on my computer at home. So I won't miss anybody's comments. But yeah, for those that do not know me, my name is Laterica Staten. I am the owner and CEO of Terry's Tech Service. I am scheduled, I'm not scheduled, but I am located in Shreveport, Louisiana. But I did get my start in Monroe, Louisiana, all right? So I still service a lot of clients from that area as well, just from all over the United States. So I've been getting many questions about this child tax credit, all right, and how it's going to affect your taxes when you go to hey Bree, hey Mashika, when you go to file your taxes this year, because for some situations, hey, you're gonna come out good, but for others, maybe not so good. So I'm gonna go in depth. Now, I don't plan to be on here long. I'm not teaching the whole tax class, y'all. But I figured since I have been getting a lot of questions concerning this topic that I would go live, and because it might be somebody else out there with the same, with the same concerns. So as y'all come in, go ahead and tell me where you're viewing from. Hey Mashika, how are y'all doing? Tell me where you're viewing from, so I kind of know where you at. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. So y'all, oh my goodness, this year is almost over with. All right, so usually around this time, I'm preparing for the next tax season and all of that good stuff. So it's been something, y'all. But anyway, I'm not going to talk too long. I'm not going to talk your heads off. But I do want to kind of tell you what, hey, oh, okay, Christy, you from my hometown. I'm from Bastrop. I was just there, when was it, Saturday? I was just there Saturday. Hey, Brother Donald from Monroe. I was there too Saturday. So I go home often. Okay, Mashika. Okay, Port Gibson, Mississippi. All right. Well, y'all, welcome. Feel free to share out the video because it may be someone on your personal timeline that that could benefit from this information. So, if you can, please, share this video out. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Not gonna be on here long, but I do want to explain some things with the child tax credit. All right, so I was wondering how I was gonna bring this out, and the only way I can really bring this out is to really explain what a credit is versus a deduction. All right, so a tax credit is a dollar for dollar reduction in the taxes due. All right, so let's just say you make X number of dollars on your job, right? They take taxes out. So when you go to get your tax return prepared and you qualify, just because because you fit within a certain income bracket, then it may allow you to be eligible for certain credits. So the key at the end of the day is to get a refund, right? So you want those credits. You want those deductions so you won't end up having to owe the IRS. All right, so one more thing, if you guys have any questions, jot them down, write them down, and I will reserve a time after after I get through with everything to answer any questions. If it's anything that's too personal or something that's more, if it's a general question, then yes, put it on here. But if it's something more personal, then I do set up, I can schedule a consultation with you guys to discuss it, kind of give you a little, tax advice or whatever. All right, so back to this tax credit. So it's a dollar for dollar reduction in your taxes due. All right, so just suppose that you're working all year and they didn't take enough tax out, right? So they're saying that you're gonna owe $200 in taxes, right? Who wants to pay the IRS? We pay them enough. We pay taxes every time we buy something. Every time, they tax us on every hand. So any time that we can qualify for these different credits, it's a win. It's a win-win thing. So dollar for dollar. So just suppose that after you put all your information in and they're saying that you owe the IRS $200. Well, because you meet certain income, you're in a particular income bracket, means that, hey, well, you qualify for this particular credit. So what the credit does, the system actually takes off. Just say the credit is for $200. I'm gonna make it real simple for you, okay? So $200. So what it's gonna do is take off that $200 to where you won't even have to pay any tax. All right, you'll break even. So that's just a basic example of what a credit does for you. Now, a tax deduction reduces the income subject to tax. All right, so let me say this: a tax credit, a lot of times it will result in you actually getting that money back where you can physically see the credit. You get more money back, right? So with the tax credit, but a tax deduction is different because you won't see that money. What that will actually do is bring your income down to zero, because that's what you want to do. All right, that's what you want to do. So you won't owe any taxes. All right. So just say you earn 15,000. All right. They're already going to, just based on your filing status, they're already going to take so much off of there for your standard deduction. All right. So that brings your income down. So that means whatever else, whatever credits, whatever, all of that will end up being in your bank account. So that's the difference between a credit and a deduction. All right. So the deduction brings your income down to where you're taxed less. All right. Then what you normally would have been. Tax credit, just think of credit. You getting a credit in your bank account. All right. All right. So it's dollar for dollar. If you owe $200 and you got a $200 tax credit, guess what? You're not going to owe anything. All right. So that's the difference between those. So what we're going to be, what I'm going to be talking about today is the child tax credit. All right. I know a lot of people that the last payment that went out was December the 15th. All right. And I know a lot of people had questions as far as will these payments continue? All right. So right now it is Congress is battling it out because Biden, he came up. I don't know how many of you guys actually follow stuff, but follow what's going on in Congress and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that I'm a big political person, but this information is good to know and to so because they're making changes, they're voting on stuff that's going to affect your livelihood. So you definitely need to know what's going on. But so on, let's see, on December the 28th, they're going to be voting on Biden's Build Back Better Act. So has anyone ever heard of that? The Build Back Better Act. All right. So it's a lot that entails in this particular bill, but the main one that we're going to focus on, the main benefit is that with this bill is that he's electing for the monthly payments to continue in 2022. All right. So you want, if you're benefiting from these payments, you definitely want that bill to go through so you can continue to get those payments. All right. So one thing that people were kind of confused about, and I always say this, no money is free money, y'all. No money is free money. All right. So this particular benefit that they have been advancing, it is an advance. All right. So it is an advance on what you would have gotten on your taxes for this time. All right. So it's a couple of things that that people really need to be aware of. All right. So so let's see. So the child tax credit payment, they hit on the 15th on the monthly payments. And I'm looking down in my notes so I won't forget anything. Monthly payments were in advance of what you normally would receive. But this was based on the 2020 taxes. So y'all know how 2020 was, right? So that's when we were going into the pandemic. A lot of people's income went down. Some people lost their jobs. I mean, 2020 was a year for the books, right? So what they did, they advanced half of that payment, half of the benefit that based on your 2020 taxes. So if you had dependents on your 2020 taxes and you were eligible for the child tax credit at that time, then that's what they based the payments this year off of. All right. So you receive half of the benefit, and the other half is to be claimed on your taxes. So just suppose that you had a child this year and you didn't receive that payment because the child wasn't born in 2020 or 2019. So they took 2019 or 2020, either one that the last time that you filed, you know, the last return, basically. So If you had a child, then of course they didn't know about it. So if you didn't update your information on the IRS website, then you can still get your payment, right? So it's something that would normally be due to you anyway, but they were trying to help American families to go ahead and get more money into your pockets, monthly, for your kids and all of that. So it was a pretty good deal, but I don't think they really explained in detail what all of this would entail and how this would affect you on your taxes. All right. So receiving the credit doesn't necessarily mean refund. The credit would have to exceed the amount of taxes owed. So just like I explained at first, that if it exceeds, when you do your taxes and the credit exceeds your income, like I said, that's money in the bank. All right. So that's money in the bank when it's a credit. If it's a deduction, it just brings your income down to zero and you're not taxed on anything. All right. So, but you don't, if it's any overage or anything like that, you don't receive that as a refund. It just brings your income down. All right. So based on Biden's Build Back Better Act, y'all say that real quick, Build Back Better Act. Based on that, will determine if the payments will continue in 2022. All right. So if it is passed, then that means that those payments will be extended for a year. All right. So eligibility was based on the 2020 taxes. If you were single, then single, head of household, anything like that, then you would have had to make less than $95,000. If you were married filing jointly, then your income would have had to been less than $170,000. So pretty decent amounts there. All right. So if your child was under 6, if you have children under 6, you got $300 per child. If your child was age 6 to 17, then it was $250 per child. All right. So if this bill does not pass, then the payment that you got on December the 15th or sometime after that, that's gonna be it. All right. Because this was only on an advance, but you can recoup any monies that you did not get. You can recoup that when you file your taxes. All right. So let's see. So let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Key point. All right. So you normally get your W-2s and any other tax forms at the beginning of the year. They have until January the 31st to get those to you. Some employees just hand them to you and everything. And if you have all your stuff together, then you can go ahead and file. Well, this year it's going to be a little bit different. You will also be sent a letter of 6419. That's the letter number 6419. That's the form number. It's going to be a tax form that you're going to receive if you receive any child tax credit payments. All right. So if you received any payments, you're going to receive this letter. So you will need this letter when you get ready to file your taxes, because on the letter it's going to show how many eligible dependents you got paid for and the amount. Very, 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 very important that those numbers are correct. Now, I looked as I was just reading up on everything, and I saw that close to 6.5 million returns are still being processed right now with the IRS. All right. It's some people in 2019 that have not gotten their taxes back. All right. For the 2019 tax year. Same thing for this year. All right. I had clients that they just received their refund maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay, so they're behind. All right, so You want to make sure that the numbers, whoever's preparing your taxes, or if you do, you prepare your own taxes, you want to make sure that the numbers that you input on the stimulus, payment amounts and on this amount, all right? Because if a person did not remember, or they just gave the tax preparer the wrong information as far as how much they got in their stimulus, that threw up a red flag when their taxes were prepared, and it got backlogged. All right, so very, very, very important that when you do get this letter, it's going to be letter 6419. So y'all write that down, jot it down, put it in the comments so y'all can remember 6419. So when y'all see that, you know that it's going to say on there, this is for tax, tax purpose, tax information purposes. So it should, let you know that, hey, this is a tax document. All right, so that's something new that they did implement. Yeah, Donald, I'm telling you, it's a lot. And, unfortunately, as a tax preparer, it's kind of like once we hit that submit button, it's on the IRS then. I can, lead guide, my clients and let them know what's going on, kind of keep them up on updates, what's going, but once it's in the system, it's just a waiting game at that point. So anything that you can do to avoid further delays, it's going to benefit you. All right, so letter 6419 is going to be the letter if you receive those payments. And now to the part of the video, the whole gist of why I'm doing this video this morning. All right, so what impact is this going to have on your tax return? Now, you know that since this was an advanced credit, all right, it's not taxable. All right, so you won't be taxed on this money or anything like that. You won't be taxed on it. And it was based on, hey Felicia, how you doing, sis? Welcome. Yeah, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. So it's not taxable. It was based on your 2020 income taxes. So most people made less due to what was going on with the pandemic. So this is the thing that's gonna help people, and this thing is probably gonna hurt people this tax season. All right, but I want y'all to be aware that when you get your taxes prepared, that if your refund is lower than what it normally is, then this could possibly be the reason right here. All right, so in 2021, just think about it. Many people went back to work, things start opening up, income, some people's income was back to normal. Some people found other gigs to do, work at home jobs. So a lot of people, resumed, the normal, income that they normally have. So guess what? If your 2021 income was higher and made you not eligible for this credit, this particular child tax credit, or if a child phased out or turned maybe 18 during the year, and you still got the child tax credit, guess what? You got to pay that money back. All right, so that's going to result in a reduced refund or less of a refund, reduced refund, or you may even have to pay that money back. You may owe the IRS. So this is what was not thoroughly explained. The only thing that they really said was, hey, if you don't want the payments, you can opt out. You can go on the IRS website and you can opt out of these payments. Well, just think about it. You're a mom, you have kids, and you need this money. You know what I'm saying? So who gonna turn down this money that you can get every month to help on, you know, your children expenses, your household expenses and stuff like that, you know. But I believe that is good to be well informed of, you know, how all of this is going to affect you, because it's going to be a lot of upset people when they get ready to go pay, you know, file their taxes, and they're like, wait a minute, I usually get $7,000-$8,000. Why is it only 4 or 5? You know, so not saying that's just, I'm just throwing that example out. So, so yeah, that's something that you do need to, you know, take into consideration. If your income was higher, then, and it made you not eligible, because like I said, you have to be within a certain income bracket. All right. So they do have a specific chart. And I will be posting it on this page after the live, so y'all can kind of see, and you can kind of judge and kind of see. And also too, you can go to the IRS website, and they have different tools on there where you can kind of see, you know, where you're gonna be standing on that. So so if your payment with your income was higher and you still got the, you know, the advanced payments, you will be required to pay that back on your 2021 tax return. All right. So okay, I already went over that. All right. Now, some I know I have a lot of clients that hit me up. Like I had one already in December this month that said they ready to file taxes. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, it's not time yet. But I started getting messages and pings and everything at the beginning of January. You know, at the beginning of January and stuff like that. So what if you're in a situation where you maybe only had one job, all your information is the same, but you have not received this letter, because they may not mail out the letter until January 31st. All we know is that it's coming in January. All right. So another option to find out what your actual payments were, so you can, like I said, you want to make sure that this is one thing that can, another thing that can hang up your tax return this year if you don't input this information correctly. So if you do have someone filing your taxes for you, then you definitely will need to look over the tax return to make sure those numbers are correct, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a delay on your funds coming into your bank account if you're due a refund. So you do want to take some type of personal responsibility to make sure that those numbers were inputted, you know, correctly. All right. So you can also, the other option, if you don't want to wait on this letter, you can go to irs.gov and go to the child tax credit portal. All right. So once you go to the child tax credit portal, you will need to create an account. They do have it set up where you can create one through the ID.me. If you guys are familiar with that, if you receive any type of benefits, unemployment, all that, they all switch to that verification system. Now with the system, what you'll need to do, you will need your driver's license and you valid driver's license, and you will need to most likely take a selfie. So that's how they're gonna verify your identity. So you can set up your account, because once you set up your account, you'll be able to see how much you actually receive, how many eligible dependents you had. So it's going to give you the same information that would have been on that letter as well. So you don't necessarily have, if you're ready to file taxes and that's the only thing that you're looking for, you can go to the irs.gov, go to that portal, and some of y'all may already be familiar with it, because if you did have to make any changes, update bank accounts, update addresses, all that kind of stuff, you would have had to use the same portal. So you can look and see what your payments were on there and manage payments. So you'll need a photo ID, you need to take a selfie. All right, so that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to share with you guys on today. Because I got a lot of questions. I've been getting a lot of questions about a lot of things, so I will be doing more videos. I know once January hits, it's gonna be busy. Have to leave. Okay, no problem, Donald. I will leave this video up for anyone that wants to watch the replay. Tag anyone that you know that would benefit from this information. So I just wanted to basically make people aware that you know, these advance payments. So it's money that was if you qualify for it, it was due to you anyway. They just advanced it. It wasn't free money. All right. So if you if your situation changed, or just say that, and you're so welcome, Christy. If your information changed, if you just blew your income out the water this year, you normally made like 20 G's or something, and this year you got 100,000, then hey, it might affect you. But as long as you kind of stay within that same range, then you should be okay. You know, yeah, you should be okay with the payment. But it's just something to be, you know, good for, and to just to be watching out for the Biden Build Better Act. They're going to be meeting. They're going to be voting on this on December the 28th. So December the 28th, very important date. We definitely want to have that 1-year extension of the payments, but at least this time, if it does pass and you continue to get those payments, you kind of see how you're gonna you know, come out and everything. So I appreciate you guys for hopping on and taking the time to watch this this live on this morning, because one thing in this business, in my business, I do like to keep you know, people informed on what's going on with the tax law. That's one of the main things that I do stand by in my business, in my tax preparation business. So I've been doing this for years. So I sometimes I'll be so busy I don't get a chance to really come on live and really share this share a lot of information. I make posts and everything, but I will be doing more classes, more live videos like this, so that people can be in the know and they can be educated, and they'll know when these things come out. These things, you know, different things come out, different situations, that they'll kind of know what's going on with their taxes. All right. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a wonderful. I know this is a big holiday for some this week. So y'all have enjoy family, and don't eat too much. I'm talking to myself too. But if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop those in the comment section. You're so welcome, Felicia. Drop those in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer those questions. If it's something that I don't have an answer for, I can get back with you and get that information to you as well, because we want to make sure we're not getting just any information, but the correct information. All right. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. Just any general questions about what was talked about on the live. If you have anything, like I said, if you have anything more personal, or you have a specific tax situation, I do set up tax consultations where I can be with you meet with you one-on-one. We can do Zoom, we can do it over the phone. It just depends on you what works best for you. If you are looking for someone to prepare your taxes this year, I am taking new clients, so let me know that as well. If you're not already following Terry's Tax Service, you definitely want to do that. And I revamped a lot of things this year. I had an office for years, but I said with everything that was going on with the pandemic and and the shutdown, I was working from home anyway. So I was like, why am I spending all this money on this tax office? So what I did, I am going to be working virtually. So most of my clients just give me their information, and I just do their taxes like that, and then I send them. They can sign, remotely, so they never had to step foot in my office. So it just made business sense, So I will have an office to go to if someone wants to get there, because I do have clients that like to meet face to face. They're not really savvy when it comes to technology and stuff, so they will meet with me personally. So if it's that situation, then I do have a spot that I can go to meet a person to do their taxes this year. So if you are interested, then you can definitely send me an inbox, and we can go from there. So if no one has any questions, then I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Y'all have a great rest of your day. All right, and I'll see y'all next time.